Oh, by the way, hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hey.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bitter World.
What's up, everybody?
Say hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hello now.
Hello now.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. We are here today to talk about the life, the legend, the career of one Jean Giraud. Am I saying that right?
Yes, you are. Jean Giraud.
Okay, Jean Giraud. And is it Moebius or is it Moebius?
It's Moebius.
It's Moebius, okay. Because I heard somebody pronounce it Moebius, and I was thinking...
I did a while back because I thought that you would pronounce the E more in English. You just pronounce it the same way. Yeah,
oh,
it's
okay.
Moebius,
So
yeah.
in French, it's still Moebius.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now I feel like a dick for all the times I said Moebius. Hey, it's still easier than Van Gogh
Well, that's
Gogh.
the fancy dick way to say it.
or
Moebius.
Goethe.
So yeah, for those who don't know who Jean Giraud or Moebius is, right?
Shame on you.
Yeah. He's one of the legends in European comics and French comics, and he's one of the main founders of Metal Hurlant and Heavy Metal magazine.
Yes, he is.
He first started working as Jean Giraud under the comics. He was doing something called Blueberry, which was very generic style back then, but
Western
very
comic.
top notch. Yeah, of Western comics.
Yeah, very well done, but still sort of standard. Like, it's before he developed his own style.
Then he became Moebius, where it was like his more experimental, type of like persona, right? And that's when he did the Inkle, and push more on the Metal Hurlant thing, because that was the phase of his life. Prior heavy metal and Moebius, he was just doing Blueberry and other little things like commercials and storyboarding. When he became Moebius, that's when you got noticed, and he did the Inkle and a few other things, and he did Heavy Metal magazine, and that's when he got noticed. And that's where in the States, you guys may not know him that much, but he worked on some of your biggest movies like Alien. He did Time Master, Tron, Masters of the Universe, Willow. He did all the concept art and some storyboard for all those movies, including The Abyss. Remember that goddamn good movie?
Oh, Tron. Which isn't such a great movie, but and which Giraud was very disappointed with. But yeah, he also did the designs for that.
And he also did visuals for Space Jam and storyboarder for The Fifth Element.
Nice. Which is kind of like a adaptation, an unofficial adaptation of Letting Go.
And now that we've given you a general idea of who Moebius is, let's start the show and have fun. And geek out.
and share art. Now,
Well, when the Fifth Element, I gotta say, when the Fifth Element came out, those designs in that world that they created was something else. You never really seen stuff like that.
Me, one of the first one was The Abyss, and dude, I think it's so underrated. People don't talk about it so much. The Abyss was amazing.
Oh, dude, yeah. Did you ever see that making of when they called The Abuse?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was insane between everything that went into that production. But like you said, the design elements.
You said a director's cut too, right? With the extra scenes.
Yeah.
With the water that just rose to the city and everything.
Oh my god! And what's his face is just such a hardcore actor. The Man in Black. What the hell's his name? Ed Harris.
Ed Harris is the shit.
Oh my man! I felt so sorry for the chick. He just kept slapping the hell out of her.
But did you guys know that he was the concept art and designer for Masters of the Universe?
That I did not know.
All those designs, right? The movie is shitty, right? It has nothing to do with Master of the Universe, He-Man. But it's good because it stands on like if you watch it and you think it's its own IP, the designs and everything, it's so cool though. It is. That's why it became a cult movie. Like people like it, but they hate it at the same time. It's like a love and hate thing. But if you detach yourself from the Masters of the Universe and you just watch it as its own little thing, it's kind of fun.
Half of it.
Yeah, half of it.
I can't get down with every design. I know, like what's his face, Carl LaRoe. He's obsessed with that movie. He loves everything about it.
Well, we all have that movie. We all have that movie that we love to bits that everybody else hates. So it's like, I mean, I remember seeing Masters of the Universe in a movie theater when it came out because there was like nothing else to see. And my friend and I, we wanted to go to the movies, and we went to check that out. And when it opens in Eternia, when you see that wonderful set, right, that is Castle Grayskull, right, where Skeletor and his buddies are hanging out. That shit all looks fantastic, but then they're like, oh, well, we got to keep the budget small, so let's take it to modern day Earth. I'm like, you mother effers. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that design I've seen. That's Giro, huh?
Mm-hmm. That was Giro. Here's
Beautiful.
the Skeletor.
Nice. And you also have to love Frank Langella's scenery chewing.
Men of Arm.
Oh man, yeah. Frank Langella, he didn't even want to be in that costume. He worked out, he said, so hard because he saw the cartoons and the toys, and he wanted to really get down that look. And he goes, I put all this work on, and then they made me put on this giant costume.
I remember hearing about that. Because isn't there a documentary about the making of that, or is that?
Yeah, there's something like that.
Yeah. That previous design, the one of Skeletor in the gold, that of course is taken right from that issue where the Red Skull gets the cosmic cube. I don't know if you've ever read that issue of Captain America where he gets the cosmic cube and he turns into basically that. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And so when that happened in the movie, that put like a big smile on my face.
Look at
I
that
was like,
design.
oh, that's cool. I know, it's beautiful.
Yeah, man.
It's just like, oh man, if the movie had been like that, if it had been an animated movie and it had looked like that.
Mm-hmm. But they did keep some of those designs, like you have Men at Arm that's pretty much looks like that in the movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just,
They didn't respect that one. Come on, they would have.
Oh man, and that's beautiful too. It's like,
Yeah,
but it's very ornamentalized.
Yeah.
This is what the Dune would have looked like by Jodorowsky and Moebius and Geiger, because Moebius and Geiger was a tag team, teaming it. I mean, technically,
like on Alien.
Like the bad, yeah, exactly like on Alien. The bad guys was designed by what are the Arconian? I think they're called.
The Harkonnens, yeah.
The Arconans were all designed. Everything was designed by Geiger. The rest of the world was all designed by Moebius to really make that clash between the styles.
Yeah,
but we never got to see it.
Yeah, and it was and also perfectly capturing the difference between the two families. Good and evil. Let's face it. Mm-hmm. And in Alien, he designed all the alien stuff, and the Earth stuff was all designed by Jean Giraud. And then, of course, at some point, we're going to have to talk about La Incal, which is arguably his masterpiece.
Maybe in part 2.
Part 2.
But look, here's a little glimpse of a few things that I took the time to, pick a few images of what he created throughout the years. He was working for Dark Horse also. He was known for Arzak, the famous Inkle that inspired The Fifth Element.
And a lot of other shit too.
Yeah. Cheval Noir. That was one of his other creations called Ardina.
Yeah, he was so powerful with visuals. He could go very, very simplistic in design, or he could go so extremely detailed, which is amazing.
So this is a good example of what Vinny's saying right now. This is really minimalistic. Like, this is one of his simple styles.
Yeah.
And then, then you have a mix in between. That's when he worked on the Silver Surfer with Stan Lee.
Yeah. My brother has that.
And then you have this.
Yep.
This is the story he did with Dan O'Bannon.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, it's like a detective story. Yeah,
it's freaking amazing. This is when he was doing the horny goof.
Couldn't tell.
Yeah, he could be very playful.
Yeah.
Hey,
Does that ring a bell? That's from a series called Airtight Garage. Does that ring any bell?
Yeah, look like the Joker thing.
sure
Looks
does.
like the same scene from Frank Miller, right?
Yeah.
Remember what he said, that he really got inspired, like his style change. Remember in Daredevil when we got to that Elektra, the end of Daredevil run, and Elektra, the return
Oh,
of
and
Elektra,
Ronan. And Ronan especially.
and he always said that this is where he found Moebius.
What's up, Luke?
What's going on, Brian? How you doing, homie?
Hanging in there, brother. So glad you could join us.
This is the book that Luke has. He just showed up at the right moment. That he has
man.
that I don't have. That's the only one I don't have.
That
Angel
is
Claws.
a fucking crazy book, and it is definitely too hot for television. Like in all the most bizarre ways you can imagine.
And
I mean,
here's the
it's
thing.
Moebius
that
and Gunnar
blueberry.
Outfield, so I mean, just like the bizarre is the limit. Like, you guys ever you ever read Warren Ellis's Strange Kiss or Stranger Kisses?
Mm-hmm,
Nope.
Like, I'm fairly certain that he got some of his ideas from Jodorowsky and Moebius. Like, at least was influenced in some way, because there's bizarre shit in that book.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, Giraud said that that he was doing a lot of acid at a particular
That's
time in his
about right.
career, and was going through a self-destructive phase too. And he said like that's when you started seeing a lot of dinosaurs in his work.
Mhm.
Because he said the dinosaurs were sort of like he only realized it later, but that the dinosaurs were like representative of the fact that he and a lot of his friends were basically committing suicide on the installment plan.
And here's a look at what the blueberry style looked like.
Oh, isn't that beautiful? And that's not the original Blueberry. This is like when he came back. This is like after he became Moebius, and then he came back
Yeah.
and
Dude, there's my introduction to Moebius right there. Parable.
Yeah.
Like,
That was him doing his Marvel style. Dude, come on.
yeah, well, I mean, Stanley and Moebius, I'd never heard of it, but I always thought the Silver Surfer was a cool character, and I read it and was like, wow,
And
that's amazing. It's so emotional without having to do much.
yes. Oh, I'm so glad you said that, Luke. Absolutely, because that's one of the things that that you can get out of really great comic book art is emotion. And there are artists that have that ability, especially to put a lot of heart or emotion into their work, and he was one of them.
look at that Elektra.
Totally
Isn't that incredible?
Yeah, it's insane. Yeah.
fantastic.
Fucking beautiful. Now,
This is the other book that we were discussing before, Man, Woman of the Secret Heart.
yeah,
That is weird.
I have not read that. Now, is that that's with Jodorowsky, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like a guy that gets a weird midlife crisis. But very fucking weird.
Gotcha. So
He was going through a midlife crisis.
Yeah.
well, I mean, so did he? So I'm assuming it's not like a midlife crisis where he like buys a motorcycle or gets a mistress or something like that. He goes,
No, he gets very experimental.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he gets creative with his midlife crisis.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Ooh my. So yeah, you can see the style that he had. That was more of the Franco-Belgium style. That was what I called. Everybody had to have, like back in the the days of Marvel comics, where everybody had to draw the same Marvel style.
Yep.
Sure. House style.
Do they have that
But
collected?
dude, check this out.
Ah.
That's killer.
And here's a glimpse at the first Blueberry. That's what it looked like.
Yep.
How long did it go for? Blueberry.
Oh,
Long time. They're what?
He started
12
by
volumes, I think?
he started that when he was young with one of his friends.
Mhm.
Then after that, they got into an argument. They split up. He had to stop for a while until he regained the entire rights, and then he came back. And he kept it going for a while. That's why you still hear from Jean Giraud. Otherwise, it was just be Moebius at this point.
Right. And there was a movie adaptation that came out, I think, about 10 years ago called Blueberry. I think it was released here in America as Renegade because I guess they figured that like Blueberry would be like a title that Americans would be like, what the fuck? Right?
Yeah.
And it was
It's like they always said, he was like the French American.
Yep.
Like I'm the Canadian American.
Right. Right. Hey, man, the Italians made some of the best westerns ever. Just
That's where
saw.
the term spaghetti western comes from.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. And one
It
of
was
the
all shot in Spain.
yes, in Almeria. Yep.
Exactly, Vinny.
Exactly. Yep. And you'll
Check this.
see a lot of the stuntmen and a lot of the guys that you'll see in the backgrounds as like bad guys in the Italian westerns. You'll see them also in Conan the Barbarian, the John Milius movie, because it's like they shot in Spain, so they used a lot of the same stuntmen, and they would use the stuntmen often as actors too.
Yeah, Milius was, I think, one of the fucking best writers out there.
Oh, actually, that screenplay to that was by Oliver Stone.
Yeah, I know. But he came in and he fixed a whole bunch of shit. You know, he was even responsible for the entire scene in Jaws. I know this is a sidetrack. The whole boat conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah.
That's all John Milius over the phone.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, I have great respect for Milius. He also wrote oh God, what was the other thing that he did? Well, he did Dillinger, which was really good, and I'm just blanking right now. It'll come back to me like in a half an hour.
Yeah, he's done a ton of stuff. But there's a bunch of shit he wasn't even credited for either. That he helped them out because he was friends with all of them.
Yep.
All those Lucas, Spielberg, all those guys.
Yeah.
This is an illustration that always fascinated me every time I see it. You know.
Yeah, the face on the wall.
Yeah.
It's powerful visuals, man.
Well, I figured this is also where Grant Morrison got a lot of his stuff. I mean, granted, Grant Morrison is very out there anyway. Like, you know, he likes his hash, he likes his acid, you know, all that stuff, chaos magic.
Whole lot of acid.
Yep.
But, you know, I can't help but look at some of the stuff that Moebius did and see some of the visuals that he, you know, has used throughout his career. But the same is true of Mark Millar. Like some of the stuff that Mark Millar did in Authority, you can see, you know, shades of Moebius.
Oh, his influence, his impact is impossible to measure. It really is. Nope. He was absolutely revolutionary. He was what do people call him? The French Jack Kirby?
Yep. He's the equivalent to Jack Kirby to comics. But the thing is that he didn't just influence his area.
Oh,
he was as big in the U.S.
Yeah.
His influence was everywhere. Like his mark is like in the American movies forever.
Yes.
I was about to say, not just comics, but in movies and, you know, concept design and just storytelling, visual storytelling. He influenced a lot of people.
You know, he was the same as Kirby. Remember, we all heard Kirby saying, like, I'm not an artiste, I'm a storyteller, I'm a cartoonist, and that's how Kirby saw Moebius saw himself too. You know?
I mean, that's usually how all the greats see themselves.
Absolutely.
As cartoonists, not not hoity-toity artistes.
Yeah, they take that level of importance that they're always thrown on them, and they're like, no, I'm an artist creating.
And this is the entire reason why Moebius got created. He was experimenting a whole type.
Yeah, that's insane.
Doing a lot.
Or Dali type shit.
Yeah, not the least bit drug oriented.
What?
Homage to Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
No, Dali wasn't on any drugs, but he was trippy as fuck, man. I am drugs.
I was gonna say.
He was on drugs. Dali was definitely on drugs.
No, Dali was on Dolly. That's what Luke was just saying. He was saying that he said, "I don't do drugs. I am drugs."
Yeah, no, that's what he was saying.
Vinny ain't buying it. Vinny ain't buying it.
No, get high.
I've been to his museum and everything too when they had it down here. And I saw a whole documentary on that guy. No, he was very fufucked up.
He was going to play. We were talking about Jodorowsky's Dune before, which Giraud did a bunch of designs for. Dolly was going to play Baron Harkonnen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
going to get paid like a $1 million
Someone's
a minute or something.
Yeah, because he wanted to be. He was like, if I'm gonna do this, I want to be the highest paid actor of all
Yeah.
time.
So he was paid per second on screen. So
Yeah.
you could have the illusion of being the most paid one. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I absolutely love that documentary, Jodorowsky's Dune.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
So
it
much
is.
fun to watch. Like
Oh.
I put it up there with documentaries like Painting with Fire. Or,
Yes.
you know, the one that they did about Warren Ellis. The
You mean
Talking
this?
Ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Look at that, beautiful.
Who has that? Who has that one?
I have that.
No. I'm saying, is it?
It was on
Netflix?
Prime for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, Jodorowsky's Dune? It was on Netflix, on Prime. I don't know if that's there anymore.
It's easy to get a hold of.
Prime.
Yeah. I keep forgetting to check.
But I have a digital copy.
Yeah.
Same.
Now,
As I do of pictures
You
of
ain't
the
wrong.
goddamn book.
Unfortunately, this book that we're looking at now, there are what, Simon? 3 copies in
2-3
existence.
copies, yeah.
Holy
Why can't
hell.
we get prints? Like somebody can take fucking high quality photos and make a book. Like,
Yeah,
come
but
on.
it's legal points, and it's never been done. And I have a big file with a whole bunch of them.
Hey, what's up,
somebody had access to the book
Hey,
and
man.
took a whole bunch of pictures. So we get all the Moebius storyboards. We got some designs, some models that were done from the design of Geiger.
Yeah.
And that team that he put together, like, I don't know the entire name, but it's the entire team that brought us Star Wars and Aliens, Tron, and all those great goddamn movies.
Industrial Light and Magic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Look at those designs. Like that guy, that's the guy, I forget his name, but he's fucking awesome.
Geiger.
No, that's not Geiger.
It wasn't Geiger?
No,
No.
that's the guy. It's the guy that went to Star Wars. He did a lot of the ship design for Star
Ron
Wars.
Cobb?
Ron
Cobb, I think?
I'm not sure. I'd have
Or
to
what?
Google
I
it.
think it might be him. Ron Cobb, I know, did a lot of designs for Milius's Conan the Barbarian. Let's see. Oh no, Foss. Yeah, it's
To be fair, I was looking at something that was on the replay over here, not what you were looking at on the screen.
Oh, on YouTube.
Okay, that chair right there.
yes.
That chair
Yeah.
right. You're telling me that's not Geiger?
Yeah, it is.
No,
Yeah,
it is.
It is.
It
Hey,
is.
that's gotta be Geiger.
That's what.
Yeah, there is some Geiger. It's just that Geiger was doing the Arconans. That's it.
Yeah.
Anything that had to do with Arconans, it was Geiger in there, and the rest was Moebius.
Which was good. He delegated those specific kind of looks.
See?
Yeah.
Yep. Chris Foss is the guy that we're thinking of.
Yep, that's it.
Man, that's my gaming chair. I want that chair.
That's what the chairs look like at the Giger bar.
And do you remember all the actors that he had lined up on there? You had
Yes.
Dali,
Mick Jagger.
Mick Jagger. There you go.
Orson Welles.
Orson Welles.
Welles.
Gonna get him to gonna get this chef from his favorite restaurant to cook for him every day.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Man.
Oh God! Now there's a new Dune movie coming out, and it's just like, God, how great would it be if, like, if
They took some of it,
Jodorowsky was
Full disclosure, I don't remember any of the first Dune movie, the original Dune movie. I saw it so fucking long ago.
Oh, it's a mess.
Yeah, I don't really
It's
like
a mess.
Okay.
It's the TV version is actually better because it offers a little more exposition. It doesn't, because the problem with the David Lynch Dune is that it drops you into this world and it doesn't tell you anything about it beforehand. So if
Right.
you've read the novel, which I had, you're going to understand what's going on. But if you haven't read the novel, you're just going to be completely perplexed.
And here's a picture of Jodorowsky
Yeah.
and the insane Geiger that used to always wear that at all time before he kind of like broke out.
He walking around like a super villain.
He used to wear that at all time before, yeah.
Oh, so he was shy.
Kind of.
Wait, hold up. Who was wearing the fucking gimp suit?
No, that
Geiger.
was Geiger.
That was
yeah.
Geiger. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of
See right there.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
yeah.
Dude, Luke, when I worked at McFarlane, they sent over the lead sculptor to his like castle out there, and he spent like a week with them. He came back a totally different person.
In a good way or a bad way?
I'd say in a bad way.
Like traumatized?
Man,
Very.
man, you don't know the shit I saw while I was over there. You don't understand now.
Oh my god, yeah, because I can imagine what it's like in his world.
Look at the design he did of the
Yeah,
sandworms.
sandworms.
He had the death mask of his I guess of his lover or whatever.
Oh
All
god.
around the place, and
God.
he gave him a casting of it to
Oh
bring back.
wow.
Oh, fuck.
That would have been Dali.
Yep.
Wow. I mean, you could sell that shit on
There
eBay.
you go, Mick Jagger.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm assuming as a Fade Ryathu. That would be my guess.
Oh man, look at those.
The fucking ship
ships.
designs, man.
I know.
Like that's one of the things that blew me away about that. The fucking ship designs for that, it was just like unreal.
Incredible stuff, man.
Can
Incredible
you
stuff.
imagine if this movie had come out before before Star Wars
and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
Can you imagine like how different sci-fi would be?
Dude, they've worked on that for like
Yep.
over a year, dude. Everything was ready to start, but they just couldn't get the money to start it up. But there's also the problem that Jodorowsky was a bit on fumes back then, and he wanted to do like a 14-hour, I think, movie. Was it?
Yeah.
I think it was. I
He
think it was
trying
like
to do
a
Netflix before Netflix was there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's exactly right.
He wanted to do a trilogy, and he didn't even know it yet.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yep,
because the concept just didn't exist.
exactly.
Dude, every time I go through that file, I'm like, oh man.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like it's awesome. It's like it hurts, but it hurts so good.
Oh, you
No.
guys.
Maybe I'll create a Google Drive and give you all access to it. Oh, is that the Bisley cover?
Yeah, what you got there, Hex?
This is Moebius, Airtight Garage.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Never heard of that one.
Sweet.
Hold on, let me.
I
Boom.
think you're showing these.
Yeah,
Yeah,
This
there's-
one you were showing, right?
I don't have that one either. Sure.
This. Oh god.
Ooh,
Like
Nice.
it, or how to use a camera.
nice.
I'm just tossing these aside.
Go, man.
That's okay. They're bagged and boarded. You can do that.
Yeah.
So this one.
Nice, man.
Yeah, I got all these suckers.
Yeah, you got all the cool shit.
Mm.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Dude.
Yeah, he does. Nice. Caliber. Wow. That's a
right?
publisher that we haven't heard of in a
I'm trying
long
to
time.
spend the same thing.
Yeah. Oh, that's.
I
Oh,
haven't
no, that's something
seen anything from Caliber Press in a minute. A hot minute.
Yeah.
Let's just take a moment to say hi to Shane, J Money, Replicant, Tatsunami.
J Money.
Death Hero's already in here.
Well,
And
for
RD.
Hello, everyone.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining us.
Oh, and then we got this. Mad Woman of Sacred Hide. Look at these.
Mhm.
Look at these sequentials.
Ooh, beautiful black and white.
Dude, that's killer.
Oh,
Come on, it is a midlife crisis.
Oh shit, that line was.
when you take a step back, it is a very high on LSD midlife crisis.
yep.
I mean, there are worse midlife crises to have.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, but he loses control to a point where something with a strap on, and yeah, it gets fucking weird.
Oh, man. Yeah, the story gets weird too. As as it is expected. Yeah.
Yeah, Jodorowsky has many.
And I think there's some full-on sex scenes in this one too. Oh, wait.
Mhm.
Oh, oops, sorry.
It's okay, it's just black
It's
and
okay.
white boobs.
It's black and
Yeah,
white.
it's black and white. Doesn't count.
And then it's okay. We already got banned from the Vatican here.
Oh,
That's right. Badge of honor, dude. Seriously,
Yeah.
that should be like a little stamp on like Bidet World is banned by the Vatican.
That's what I told.
Oh, nice.
But it was,
Yeah,
for, the, it was for the manga show.
Yeah, but we still have all those shows.
Oh,
course.
wow.
Beautiful cover.
Nice. DH. Oh, man. Dark Horse Presents.
I
Man, back in the day.
I just tried to alter them because otherwise I'll just be streaming and not be doing anything else.
Right.
But yeah, dude,
Missing something.
check this out for a
Dark
sec.
Horse Presents,
Oh.
they were doing good shit.
Man from the Seguri.
Man
The
from
Man
Seguri.
Yeah.
You know, back then you could always count on Dark Horse to bring, the cool European shit over here, so we could check it out.
But Dark Horse had European and the UK
And
France
Japanese
UK, yeah.
shit too. And Japanese shit. Don't forget, they were the ones.
Cubs
They were
and,
the first ones to bring Lone Wolf and Cub
Cubs.
with
Yep.
Frank Miller covers.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, I have a few of those. Oh god, I'm sweating like a horse.
Dude, they were the one
Yeah,
that
me
brought
too.
Apple. They were the first one to bring Apple C from Masamune Shiro.
Right.
I still have those books from Dark Horse.
Then they
Yeah.
gotta pick it up a hex.
Yeah, I've got all mine too.
Check this out. I'm at the part where you see some of the character designs.
Mhm.
So that was going to be Orson Welles,
Oh wow.
Dali. I don't remember.
Man. Yeah, it looks
Come
like
on, that
something
would have
out of
been awesome,
Felli-
right?
Yeah, it's very Fellini-esque.
Yeah.
The guy, yeah.
Right? It looks like something like Fellini's Satyricon.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It's Alice in Wonderland in space with a sex fetish.
Right.
Yeah, I think you nailed it.
Well, you look at the stuff. You look at the stuff that the French love from other cultures, right? And you see how they incorporate that into their own work, right? Like something like Blueberry. What is it? It's a Western comic, but
Right.
gradually you see it go from like a French imitation of an American Western comic to becoming like a French Western comic. Like
Yeah.
eventually, they give same thing with the Italian westerns. It's like the early Italian westerns are just like pale, just like imitations of the American westerns, and then you have Fistful of Dollars, then you get Leone, and then suddenly they start adding their own flavors, and then
Yeah.
they create something new.
Right.
Dude, they should print that goddamn book. I'd pay $200 to have a copy
No
of this, dude.
fucking shit! What a cock tease, man!
Oh fuck, man!
Right?
Speaking of cock.
Speaking of cock,
It's like
Yeah.
charge me $200 and $100 shipping. I don't care. I don't care.
Brutal.
oh, where are those 3 copies, man? We got to pull a heist.
Right.
Yeah, who does have them? That is it's a good question.
One of them is belongs to Jodo,
Mm-hmm.
and then one is his partner. His partner that was making the movie. I don't remember the name. Was an American.
And the third?
I don't know. That's the one. That's the one I don't know. That's
It's
why.
the-
That's why.
That's
That's why. It
what's
says,
MIA.
that's why it says that there's like 2 to 3 type of copies
Right.
remaining.
They don't know if the other one still exists because it might be sitting in someone's studio vault somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming that.
And you have scripts in there too. By the way.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, yeah, and don't forget too, you had something like Thundercats that was missing for a long time,
Mhm.
and Warner Bros. Didn't even know that they had it.
Hold on. Say, what?
Thundercats was
Yeah.
missing. Yeah.
Yeah,
That it was like in legal limbo.
Yeah.
no one knew who had the rights, and then Warner
For
Bros.
fuck's
found
sake, are you
out.
serious?
Yeah, that's when they started making like those comics. I think DC made them for a short time.
Yeah, using Wildstorm. Yeah.
yeah.
They were pretty decent books. They had Ed Benese and Brett Booth on some.
Yeah. Yeah,
great
the ones that Ed did, I had a couple of those, which were pretty cool
Yeah.
because they
Mhm.
continued the story and they went so dark with it.
Oh yeah, like Wile Cat grew up.
Yeah,
Like,
with Bengali, who I think was murdered.
Return and Dogs of War. Yeah.
Yeah,
Shit. Fellas, I apologize. I got to goes, but before I go, I just want to show you a little peek at the Book of Alien.
Oh yeah.
And there's
Spacesuit kills
There's
me.
the spacesuit. right. There's
That is-
Captain Dallas.
Mhm.
Yeah, a lot of his designs, as you can see, made it directly into the film.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
And you'll notice that Fraga, he incorporated like those shoulder pads.
Oh, I was just about to say something.
Yep.
I got it. And yeah, those line work. And
Well, yeah. Look at the Korean artist as well. He was so heavily inspired by him.
Yeah.
Kim Jong-gi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
see, well, you see, that's the thing. It's like even though you have like a culture like the American culture that's very sort of up until recently very closed off to things from outside,
Mm-hmm.
they still like the people who are the artists. You know, it's like the consumers. They may not be aware of like foreign art, but the American artists are. Right? Frank Miller was reading Japanese comics, even though they weren't even translated, right? But he was looking at those. He was looking at Lone Wolf and Cub. That's how the ninjas ended up in Daredevil.
Right.
And so it's like
Okay.
even if the culture in general isn't aware of what's going on in other countries, the artists here are looking at what other artists are doing, because of course we want to know what other people are doing because. You know, you want to be hopefully inspired in some way.
Yeah. And that's another thing that people say about Moebius is he was like Kirby, where he was accessible to people.
Absolutely.
He was very accessible, and very humble.
As most great artists are, I found. Generally speaking, I mean, this is my own personal experience. I find that the ego and talent are like directly like disproportionate to each other. That the really arrogant motherfuckers tend to not be that talented, and like the really talented people tend to be really humble.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like the story of how I met him.
Oh,
it just shows it, right? It's he's at a show under Moebius, right? So everybody's like, no, like Moebius, and I'm looking at all the images, and I'm a fan of the guy, right? Never seen the guy, never did. And I'm looking at all the images, and I'm there with my drawing pad and stuff like that because I always have my drawing pad with me. And an old dude just comes to me and starts talking to me about, if I'm liking this, and long conversation. Guy introduced himself by a French name, Jean Giraud. Didn't know what the fuck that was.
Right.
So to me, it's just like blah 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 blah. Then he leaves. Comes back. Somebody comes to me and goes, "You know what the fuck that was?" I'm like, sweet old man. that was actually Moebius. To fuck out. And I it was the end of the show. This before you left.
Right. Yeah, we were talking about this before we went on the air, that Simon had an experience like that. It's like on the one hand, it's like, you want to kick yourself in the ass, but you had a special encounter with him that I think is very, very, very precious, because you got to just meet the guy.
Yeah, you could have just come in and go, "Oh, I'm that guy." No, I'm looking at his art.
You don't know who I am.
Heavy metal. I'm like, yeah, I'm a big fan of heavy metal. I want to do that in my life. And that type of cool conversation you have with a guy, and you don't know who he is.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So if anything, you had a better, cooler experience than you would have if you had known who he was.
Mm-hmm.
Totally. You had a more genuine experience.
Exactly.
And he's the one that asked to look at my drawings and my drawing pad, not me going, "Look at this shit, look at my shit."
Right. Exactly. Yeah, so you weren't geeking out. So you actually were just like, a regular dude. And the thing is when you have legends like that, they get very often very bashful when you treat them like they're legends. That
Dude, he doesn't like it.
They don't.
He says in interviews, like he doesn't acknowledge it, like he doesn't understand it. He appreciates it, but
but they like it best when you call them by their first names, when you just treat them like people, like regular dudes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
There's nothing special other than the guy that has a certain gift and that he he worked his ass off to own that skill.
And did he ever, man? And one of the absolute masters.
Yes.
One of the absolute masters of the medium.
Before, just a quick run, quickly.
Yeah.
Name two of your favorite books by Moebius.
Le Incal, of course, and Blueberry.
How about you, Luke?
Jesus.
Hard, right?
Yeah. I mean, Angel Claws, just because it's so fucking bizarre, and I haven't gotten through the whole thing yet, just because, it was it was just bizarre. And God, probably Parable, just because it's what introduced me to Moebius. It was the first time I was introduced to his artwork, and having the friendly, familiar voice of Stan Lee there guiding me. Just like it felt cool to discover this new artist, and then I started discovering like heavy metal and stuff like that because I recognized the artwork, and from then on, it just blew my mind. So yeah.
What's the worst thing is I've never read it yet. I just got it.
What?
Never read Parable yet?
Look.
Oh, Parable? Yeah. Oh, dude. Parable's great.
I haven't read it yet.
Amazing. Like, just looking at Galactus's face always just like captured me. I was like, holy shit. Look at this. This is what comics should be.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep. Guys, I really apologize. I gotta go. Much
Later,
love,
Brian.
everybody.
Oh, man.
Take it easy, Brian.
Great seeing you,
Peace
Brian.
out. Likewise.
Later.
And how about you, Vinny?
Yeah, I would say Parable, and I love his movie work. I'd say those for sure.
The movie.
I do have Metabaron sitting here I got to go through, but I haven't had time because I need to definitely make time to go through this stuff.
Dude, if I can, like, one of Moebius' great story that I really like, it's the one with Michael Bannon, because that's one of my favorites with the Inkle so far. It's The Long Tomorrow.
I read the Inkle.
The Long Tomorrow is amazing, and the Inkle. Those would be my two top choices from Moebius.
Nice.
I got to get the Inkle. I don't have it yet.
But I do have to admit, like, flipping through Parable, it looks freaking awesome.
Yeah, man.
And you, Hex?
I'm gonna have to go with Lingal. Just incredible, sheer imagination, and just a huge influence on everything. And man, it's just so out there, You can
And the second?
reading it. Probably The Man from Seguri. I would love to read Blueberry, but for a while I didn't really care for Western comics, but I'm kind of getting into them now.
Me, it's the Airtight Garage. I haven't read yet, too.
Oh yeah,
I'm
I
curious about that one.
I kind of forgot that story.
I haven't read that one yet.
Yeah,
I have
I've
to get
never
it.
heard of that one until today.
Oh,
Yeah, that's cool. See, but this is what I love. This is what I love about being able to hang out with my fellow comic nerds, because I learn shit. This is why I like working in my shop, because people come in and they're like, "Hey, I'm looking for this." I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
what's that?"
But this is the reason why we all wanted to do this show. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what it's all about.
Oh, absolutely, man. Learning and exploring new fucking cool. Well, it's not new, but it's new to you when you find out, right? About who these artists are, who these people are, these books. It's awesome.
And we're all talking before.
People that are into it, you're like, "Oh yeah, I just got into this." It's like discovering new fucking music.
Yeah, and like we're
Exactly.
discussing before, is like, dude, we're doing one show on Moebius right now, and we're probably gonna have to do a second one.
Mm-hmm.
and and another thing about like the Mad Woman of Sacred Heart, such a departure, because I'm just so used to out there sci-fi, sci-fantasy from Moebius.
Yeah.
And this one was just a story about this professor who
Spiritual. Yeah.
it's very philosophical and deep spiritual and psychosexual, and it's about a guy who starts a professor who starts a religious cult on the campus, and
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, I mean, this guy's like, he can do anything pretty much.
That actually made me think of something. Did Moebius ever do anything with Alan Moore? Did they ever do a story together? Because it seems kind of like a natural fit. Just Moebius's visuals and Alan Moore's storytelling.
Good question.
Is it just me?
No, that would be amazing, I think, but I have no idea.
I know Alan Moore can be kind of wordy sometimes because he loves words.
Oh yeah.
To be honest, I would have liked to see Frank Miller work with him.
Yeah.
I don't know if they ever did.
No, I don't think so.
I would like to see Frank Miller do stuff like he used to.
Oh yeah, please.
Kind of made me cry.
Even go back to like the Martha Washington series. Have you guys read those?
Yeah, that's-
Oh, I remember those though. I used to
Good.
see the ads for him in Wizard.
Yeah, no, yeah, I have the whole collection.
Is it
Wow.
so it's good?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
It's kick ass about this kick ass girl who, in a near future, it's just like wacky, and it's a satire of corporatization and SJWs actually before SJWs.
Yeah, well, that's
Like
the thing.
great-
We used to lambast idiots like that.
Mm.
They used to point them out for the fucking putzes that they are.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Not
Like that whole, what was it, the Comic Book Legal Defense Fund thing that that Miller did with the just one more and you're all safe, and the hands putting the band-aids over the girl's eyes and mouth and nose and ears.
The Comic Legal Fund, wasn't it?
Yeah, you guys remember that ad, right?
Yep.
Fucking everywhere. But yeah, you remember when Frank Miller? Remember that when that was Frank Miller?
Mm-hmm.
Like, do we still have that Frank Miller? Really
I don't
cool.
think so.
Dude, to me, it's like the Frank Miller that I would like to get back to sometimes. It's the one from Electra She Lives.
Yeah,
That was fucking amazing, that style, dude. I love the fuck out of it.
yeah. It was chunky. It was vibrant. It was alive, man. You know.
Mhm. And the beginning of Sin City, but then after that, it took a really weird turn when they go, "Hey, can you come back and do Dark Knight 2?" And we're like,
Boy.
"What the fuck?"
And then not knocking Lynn, but you pick this big ass project to do some experimental digital colors that you didn't quite have a handle on. Come on. Come on. Like, I remember
talking about?
I saw some of those colors. I was like, who the fuck did this?
What's going on right now?
But Lynn was his wife.
Yeah. And after hearing kind of some of what was going on, I think they were not doing quite so hot and didn't like each other. So that might have contributed to it. I mean, you guys have all tried to be creative when you're pissed off.
And stuck in a divorce with big legal and copyrights and this and IPs and
but I'm sure that only makes it worse. Like
that's why he was under the radar for a while, because when the movie came out, there was some legal issue with his ex-wife.
Jesus.
Bitches,
am I right?
Yeah. So back to Moebius.
Yeah, let's talk about something happier.
Dude, there's so much we can do, but it's like I don't want to go too much over an hour because we're trying to keep those under an hour. So right now we're at 48 minutes.
Dun dun dun.
And I think on the next show we could probably make like a special on Moebius and maybe talk about his really like big heavy metal part.
Next time.
That's where I read most of my Moebius is in short stories, really.
And we'll could discuss also like I'll pull out some designs from Tron, more about stuff like that. We'll do a second part of this show. Right now we kind of geeked out about the comics a bit more because I wanted more. This is more like, hey, get to know who this is.
Yeah, because I only have about 10 minutes left anyway because I gotta do a stream pretty soon.
Yep. So before we close on that one, right? Go explore. Write Moebius on the Google search or on your Amazon search, and go get yourself a book.
Sure.
Right.
Try it out. So where can we find you, Vinny?
Yeah, you can find me on Vinny Art on YouTube in about a half hour. I'm going to be doing a stream. But yeah, on Twitter as well. This is Vinny Art. I have the kids' book, The Ghostly Manor on Howling Hill. We got about 13 copies left, and then when it's gone for good. You can find that on the City of Venus campaign. It's one of the tiers there. So yeah, check that out. And also I have Through the Woods hardcover. That's still available as well, in its own respective campaign.
So go get your Vinny on.
Yes,
Can
please.
vouch for the quality of Through the Woods. Have my hardcover. Love my fucking hardcover.
Thanks, brother. I
Dude,
appreciate that.
I'm serious. I still want that axe on the T-shirt. Just that axe.
Yeah, I got
T-shirt.
something like that for sure.
Like I need that for the sing along of Doom, yo.
And you, Death.
You can find me at Death Metal Hero on Twitter and Instagram and YouTube. I do all kinds of shit. I interview people. I do unboxings. I do the sing along of Doom, where I destroy some of your favorite radio hits.
And it's fun to watch.
And I encourage you to come sing along with me. And I'm also doing Character Crux. So I will be posting some art that I did for that, fairly soon.
Yeah, I even gave him shit in the chat once because he cut the song because he didn't know the lyrics, and I was singing along. Come on, don't ruin it for me.
The funny thing is, I thought I knew that song better than I did. I'm like, wow, like, nuh-uh. I opened this corridor and there ain't nothing here. So, I'll get that one for you. Don't worry. We'll. As a matter of fact, maybe I'll throw on heavy metal while I'm working tonight.
Yeah, Imagineering.
And you, Hex?
You can catch or you can find me at Twitter at Hex_Allen. And I'm at YouTube at Hex Allen Comics. I'll probably be doing a stream tonight and doing some painting. I'm thinking about putting out some trading cards with characters I created for a video game I'm doing.
Yes.
Maybe doing a campaign for that and some swag with it. I don't know. We'll see.
Don't forget to mention the video game is free.
Oh yeah, video game's free.
It's important, like the video. You get the video. You get to play the video game for free, but the Kickstarters for the cards.
You're right.
That goes with the game.
Posters, bookmarks. Yeah. So you're not funding the game development. No.
Yeah.
Games in like.
What kind of game is it? Side scroller.
It's a rock paper scissors type of game, but it's like done in a side scrolling style. Yeah, so I can talk about it later. Now's not the time really to talk about that. So yeah, suscribo, por favor. Subscribe to the channel.
Sí, señor.
Crap. Yeah.
So please subscribe. When I reach 500 subs, I'm gonna do a giveaway for 3 sketch cards, 1 book, and when I reach 1,000 subs, it's a heavy metal number 300 special anniversary sketch cover, and that I'm gonna be giving away.
Ooh, yeah.
So please like and share and sub en masse 3 times.
Yeah.
Get your alts on.
Tickle that like.
Yeah.
Sub a dozen times with all your alts.
and go sub to Telson and Adverse because I'm gonna be launching on the 27th. You don't want to miss this.
Yeesh.
Hell yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
You can find the trailer on my channel. So it was done by the amazing Red Gaze. So go check it out. And we're gonna have another edition with him doing a voiceover and a shorter version. So short and sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, whatever works, right?
Yeah. So everybody have a good night. Don't miss.
Man. Love that dude. Sorry.
Don't miss Vinny's show in a half an hour.
Oh yeah.
But now it's 22 minutes. So have a good night.
Good night.
Night, everyone.